Oh no, this story is so wild. Okay, I'm going to take you on a journey. So know that it might not end exactly how you think, but maybe you'll be able to guess it. So there's someone named Morgan. You saw her on screen there. And she is right wing, very right wing. And she posted a video some time ago that caused us, it actually was kind of difficult to figure out because just someone posted it with no context of who it was, who she was, and sort of the full story here. And she calls out the cultiness, the cult characteristics of the MAGA movement. So she herself, I think you could categorize as MAGA, and was saying people are idolizing Trump too much, and it's kind of culty. They're worshiping him, coming from someone among their ranks, right? So we're talking about the cohort that she's a part of. And so before I play this for you, just for context, I had seen this covered by other people, and we always try to do our due diligence, and I didn't want to play it for you because it almost seems like satire. It almost seems like satire. So I didn't want to play it and then realize, oh, she's actually a liberal mocking a right-winger sort of satirically, or she is, I don't know what else it would be, or she's never really been that right-wing, and so it's not fair to call her MAGA. But then we finally were able to find who this was, and she does sort of do MAGA influencer type things, and I'll show you some of those videos, and it tells a very interesting story. If you appreciate the show, please do click the subscribe button. Here is Morgan saying the right has unified around a cult leader.
I have never seen a human being worshipped the way that conservatives are worshiping Donald Trump, to the point where it is creating cognitive dissonance from the reality of the things that have taken place in the last 2 years in this country.
Oh,
and if you,
I also wanted to make sure this wasn't an AI generated video, because we did have some concerns that that's what it was.
Dare speak out about it, you get viciously attacked, which leads me to believe that a lot of people on the right are no better than the people that they claim to hate on the left. And it's no wonder why God allowed him to be removed out of office, because our God is a jealous God, and he does not play games with idolatry. And that's exactly what's going on in this movement. And let this be a warning to everybody that the people who blindly follow man are going to be the same people that are deceived by the Antichrist when he pops up on the scene. So I would tread very, very lightly with being a respecter of persons. And if you're going to have blind loyalty to somebody that causes you to be disrespectful to...
Just so you know, that audio thing where it cuts out and then is way quieter, that's not on our end, that's this video.
Another human being, then reserve that for your family members and friends who you actually know, and not politicians who don't care about you one bit.
So very interesting. And I saw this was posted on Reddit, a bunch of comments, people saying she's seen the light. Wow. Great that she's acknowledging that. Cool. So she was able to see that there is an idolization. She's taking it from sort of a religious perspective of you shouldn't idolize people like God or other than God, but at least identifying of her movement how weird it is that they do treat Trump like a messiah figure. Many of them, not all of them, but many of them. And they will accept things he says on face value. They will buy into a belief in him over the truth. But what was so weird once we found other content is that's what she's doing too. Not necessarily just with Trump, but with whoever these influencers are that she trusts, wherever she's getting her information. She's as much in a echo chamber that could direct you to cult-like thinking as anyone. And is, I think, upset with Trump because he's not right-wing enough. So a little twist in the story there. Let's look at some examples.
Clinton, Burisma Energy accountant who blew the whistle on Biden bribery scheme, found dead. She was set to testify against the Biden crime family. But I suppose it's just a coincidence in this banana republic that we live in, where people just continuously pop up dead. when they have information regarding these high-class criminals who are destroying our nation. And apparently, her husband died mysteriously in a car accident many years ago, and also her son. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. Just seems a little weird to me.
So, on screen, I don't know where she screenshotted this from, but in small text, it says fact checked. And I don't know if that's because she didn't scroll down to read that this was a fact check and disproving that claim, or if this is a site that says this claim was fact checked, meaning it's verified. Because if you search up that headline, you can go find a gazillion fact checks about how this is a bogus story spread by conservative influencers. It's so very interesting. The hype around, yes, she's getting it. She's seeing the problem with her movement. Not so much. Let's continue.
Our elections and why machines aren't able to do the one job that they have to do. Why is that? See, Democrats would like you to believe that it's absolutely normal for machines to not work in counties where the votes matter the most, and it's actually just in alignment with 2020. It's a little weird to me. Isn't it a little weird to you guys? I mean, I'm not saying that they're trying to rig anything or do anything.
So, I'm sorry. Morgan, this is how people get into the idolizing and cult-like thinking towards Trump. Is first, they're convinced to believe that things so far from the truth, like elections being stolen and being stolen from Trump, except for then he goes on to win, but that's because it was too big to rig. Yeah. When you start feeding people information, creating echo chambers, that's actually first. It's not that Trump garners cult-like support and then the echo chambers created. The echo chambers had to be there so that when Trump asserts things that are just false, the belief in him is already there and present and bolstered by the echo chamber that you're contributing to and the false information that you're contributing to, such that then people believe him and slowly can believe, which is a very culty thing, that everyone else out there, when they start showing me stuff that says what he's saying is wrong, that's because they're trying to get me out of the real inner circle of truth or whatever. But Trump, he's the only real arbiter of truth. Now, she wouldn't say that because apparently she has some issue with Trump, even though she's pushing stolen election claims about him. But that's the very environment that has to be fostered for, on such a large scale, a political figure to garner such cult-like support. So if she's asking why is her movement like that, well, she's why. She's a part of why. She also is talking about, I guess, with this other host who I see talking about this a lot, Stu Peters, they're very upset about gay. You know, the gay obsession is at new levels for many on the right. The subtext here, or the subheading on the lower third chyron on Stu Peters' show is pro-sodomy Republicans flaunt debauchery at Spirit of Lincoln Gala. Oh gosh, here we go.
People that are pulling the strings that have all the donor money that's going to both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, these Talmudic worshipers like homosexuality, and they think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. So that's why you see what you're seeing. It's like they don't have a problem with it. They don't hold the same values.
Okay, so this is a big thing that I saw both Stu and Morgan leading the charge on, which is there's too many gay Republicans, which is a wild thing. When people, from my perspective, irrationally support you, for some reason, they're choosing to support you, and then you go, no, we don't want you. Our hate is more important than anything else. Then I noticed she does this sort of type of video, and I've seen other people do this. I find it funny, where you just sort of gaze at the camera while one of your tweets is on screen. All right, so that's one example. Let's see another example here from Morgan.
Well, you look like yourself, but you're somebody else, only it ain't on.
Okay. All right. And then you have this one. Gosh, that is so much easier. I should make more videos like that. Let's see here. Let's see. Beautiful. I like that. That's good. That's pretty low effort. So there it is. Someone realized that she was in a cult, but also that she wasn't, because it's just the problem with the other people in her movement. They're too idolizing of Donald Trump. But then the story doesn't end as positively as we'd all wish. Share your thoughts in the comments.